What's good, YouTube? It's Ray Drill. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys what I believe is the best running formation in Madden 21. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So before I do get into the video, I do want to say thank you guys so much for getting me to 4K subs, and I'm on the road to 5K. So as a reward, since I got 4K subs, I actually be giving out 2 $10 PSN cards and 2 $10 Xbox cards, and it'll probably be through the next 4 videos. I don't know if I'm gonna do them like back to back to back to back, or if I'm kind of space it out a little bit. So just look for the codes in between videos. Now it's not gonna be on the codes, not gonna be on this video. It's probably gonna be on the ones following after this one. So just be on the lookout. And like I said, thank you guys so much. So let's go on again. This. So the formation that we're gonna be talking about. Oh, also first and foremost, we're in the spread playbook again. We're in the spread playbook. So the formation that we are talking about is going to be this normal Y off, which I think is one of the best running formations in the game. Now, what I suggest you do for personnel wise, you want to have somebody fast right here. So I'm actually going to put, it doesn't need to be your best receiver, you just need speed. So I think Roberts has like 90 speed. He might, I'm not sure. I don't play with the Bills much. I just kind of picked him just randomly, and I picked him because of Josh Allen's ability. You don't really need like escape artist or nothing, or fast break, but it kind of helps, which I'm not sure what his abilities are. I just know he has escape artist. But anyways, that's kind of why I picked the Bills, out of just really randomness, to be real. Like you could really do it any quarterback. But let's get into the plays that I like. So they have read option, you have the motion halfback swing, which a lot of people like, you have the motion wide screen, which I'll show you how to incorporate. That's actually one of the most slept on plays in the current meta, and y'all see exactly why I say that. 45 quick base, I'm not even touching on that. That's a good play. Y'all should know that one already. RPO zone peak, it's okay. It can work, but I'm not a huge fan of it, but it can work. Now, midline read option, I think is really good. It's actually really one of the most underutilized midline read option formations in the game. And also the RPO alert is actually really good too as well, and I'll show you that one. We already know jet touch pass. I'm not even going to touch on that one. So as you can see, they have a lot of different run plays, and these passing plays they have are really good. So if this video does good, then I'll actually come back and give you guys a passing little scheme out of it, so you can have a 1-2 combo. Because right now you kind of just have a 1 combo. But you can actually use these runs to really dominate, honestly, because they're so good. I'm going to show you guys how to incorporate them. So I'm going over the RPO alert screen. I'm going over the RPO zone peak. I'm going over midline read option, and I'm going over the motion wide screen. So that's the one I'm choosing. So what I suggest you do, either make sure you do mix in the read option, please, and all the other jet touch passes. But for this video, I'll be coming out in midline read option. Now, one thing I need to make sure I show you guys is on coaching adjustments. We actually don't have any zone drop set, and I'm doing that for a reason. Well, not really a reason. I just don't want to make this a long video. So it's the things I'm showing you. They're actually, you know what? Screw it. Why not? Let's put them at 20, because most people will probably do maybe their flats at like 20, and then they'll probably do their curls at 0 or 5. Let's do 5. Most people probably do 5, like a 20 and 5 combo. Now the reason I'm doing this is because we're actually talking about the meta defense. So the 3-3-5 to 3-3-5 wide combo. So you can see right here is personnel. I have Adrian Amos, and I have Darnell Savage, and I have Will Redmond, which most people do. They'll probably put 2 fast players up top, and then just somebody right here in the slot. So that's why we're gonna do that. So let's come out in Tampa 2, right? So let's go ahead and audible now. Let's go to Mike Blitz 3, which most people will do. And since we have our flats, so we're gonna do this right here, put them in curl flats, and then put them in curl flats, and then we're gonna cloud flats, then curl flats. Man, I can't talk tonight. Crash them up, and this is what most people would do. So I'm actually gonna simulate that by putting him, man, on the running back, and I'm gonna put my user right there. So I want you guys to pay attention to how this midline works. So you see how right there is the read man. So what we're basically doing is allowing that D tackle to come straight free, and you see the M. That's the person that's actually going to get blocked by, I believe it's actually this guy right here. He's going to get blocked. So simulate a user right here, and he's going to have to try to get outside of this lineman. Now watch what happens, right? You see how the D tackle comes free, everybody squeezes down, and look how there's just literally nobody out there at all. And if you remember, we put curl flat, we put 15 and 5 on each side, or it might have been 20 and 5 on each side. So kind of watch what happens, right? So watch this D tackle right here. So he's gonna come free because it's a read option. So he's gonna want, normally when you run read options, normally an end man on a line of scrimmage, which in this case it would be this guy. If it was a regular read option, this guy would come free. But since it's a midline, that means the D tackle is coming free, and so the lineman now is going to come block. Well, he's supposed to actually block this safety in real life. I don't know why he's targeting this safety way back there. He'll never ever get there. But again, that's Madden logic for you. But regardless of that, what I want you guys to pay attention to is the user. So what the user will do, he'll fly down just like he did right here, because he'll try to come blow it up. But he's going to get met with the offensive lineman, and now watch what happens. So for some reason, Madden's programmed for zone coverage to just keep dropping, even though the run actions already happened. So he's actually going to come target this slot corner right here, if I can ever get to it. And so what you're going to have is just this nice little gap that's just created, and you can actually just get a lot of yards out of that. So that's why I said the read options honestly really slept on. So one of the ways that is good too is because let's say they went to cover 2 man, right? So let's go and press, and don't worry, I'm gonna show the other runs and stuff. I just want to make sure you guys understand this. So let's say they did a coverage shell, like let's say they did something like this. Actually, hold on, I got it backwards. All right, there we go. So let's say they did something like this, right, to where they just wanted to account for that. And let's say they even took him and put him out here, right? So now they're just like, okay, if the running back blocks, and then I'll just be able to use all this. I have this right here for the tight end in case the tight end does a streak. That's normally, you know, what most people are thinking. And then they have him in case one of these two over here do a post. So they're like, yeah, you know, I'm good. I have the whole middle. I'm good just like this. So let me kind of show you guys why this is still really effective. Let me put my user on this side too, so you guys don't think nothing of it. So watch what happens again. So he's gonna take him, and then just look, like we almost get, I mean, that's literally about 20-25 yards. So they have to put, basically their user has to go over there. So if their user is not over there, which I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So what somebody would do if they seen you run that play is they'll come back, they'll say, okay, let me go to man coverage, let me do the same thing. But now what? They'll probably say, okay, I'm using this guy, so I'm gonna take him, I'm gonna put him in the inside third, I'm gonna take this guy, I'm gonna put him right here, shade down, shade up. So now they're playing at 20, he's playing, you know, at 20, and now, you know, now we're good like this. So if the tight end goes on the streak, I don't really have to worry about it. I can kind of carry it, and I can play the middle. That's how most people will do it. If they were really worried about a flat route, they'll probably take him, put him in the purple, and now what? Now they're like, okay, this is defense, we're rushing 2 people, which is hence the rush 2 meta. And so what will happen is, I'm actually gonna simulate this myself with my user. Actually, no, I'm not. I want you guys, because he'll actually do it himself. So watch what happens. So he's actually gonna take him, and then he's gonna come down and make the tackle, right? So now he's like, oh yeah, I got defense for it. You can't run this on me. So let me show you what you could do to counter that. Like, not just that in general, but I'm trying to teach you guys how to play football. Keep in mind, I only touched on one play. Like, this is why I said this offense is actually really, really good, because I'm just showing you guys how to kind of counter people right now, which is more important than just me going over the plays that I like. Because I feel like that would be able to teach you guys kind of how to get better at the game instead of just knowing the good plays. I want you guys to know how to incorporate these good plays. So let's say they did the same type of setup, right? And they're like, okay, now this is the setup we're using, and he's gonna have to, because most people will do, if they stop something, they're gonna stay in the same setup until you make them actually switch their setup, because most people only want to run 1 or 2 setups a game. That's all they normally want to do. So what most people would do is they'll do that, right? So what you can do to test out this theory is you can actually take and run this motion wide screen play. So like I said, it's actually one of the most underutilized plays in the game, because the tight end actually does a screen route. And what this is going to do is, let's take a look at the coverage shell, right? So they're thinking, okay, if the tight end goes on a streak, I can follow it, or I can follow it until the safety picks it up, and then I can actually come back and play like a slant or a drag or something like that. That's what most people would think. So now you're using this to your advantage. So I'm actually gonna put him in a spot to kind of, I guess, simulate that. Now what most people do when they see this roll here, they'll want to go shoot out there. So if the user shoots out there, look what happens. They're actually not going to be able to get there. And then look at that, we just have literally like 15 yards right there. And I'm gonna go into replay, kind of show you guys why, you know, how to start using these plays to kind of mess with your opponent's head. So again, more than likely your opponent's thinking, okay, well, I'm going to kind of go over here and kind of play something if they don't see the screen developing. And I'll show you what you can do if they see it. I'm just kind of simulating if they didn't see the screen or they didn't react fast enough to it, because this player right here, he's dropping at 15 or 20 or wherever they're setting him at, and he's not going to obviously be able to get there. So now you're like, okay, the tight end isn't covered anymore, and you can actually kind of abuse that play a little bit just to kind of, you know, mix it up. So again, let's say they even let's say they came back, right? let's say, you know what, I'm just gonna play zone now. And now let me show you guys why I said that it's just a mind game at this point, right? So let's say, okay, now I'm gonna play zone since it seems like he can stop it. Now I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna man up the running back. Remember, this is my user right here. So now from this point, what you can do, if you wanted to run something else, obviously we know what? We know we can run this play and gain a ton of yards off of zone, right? So let's say we wanted to run RPO zone peak, right? So I wouldn't like this in my audibles because you see him seeing him move. Normally you don't want to do that. So now what? We're going to take advantage of him trying to play this zone style cover. So let's actually blitz him, because what you're hoping for is he tries to run commit and blow up this inside zone basically. And what we're going to do, we're going to throw circle that slant right over the top of his head. So let me kind of show you what this will look like. So he'll try to come down, you throw that right there, and now look at that. That's like 15 or 20 yards. So what you're forcing your user to have to do, they have to really read and understand what you're trying to do. So they can no longer just kind of, you know, roam around the middle. They have to really sit there and watch your plays develop to know what you're trying to do. So if you're mixing up these runs, I'm telling you guys it's going to be a headache. So I'm just using this example because it's obviously one of the most meta examples right now. So that's why I'm using man coverage as well. And zones, it's just going to be a piece of cake, honestly. So last thing I kind of want to go over is, what if they do something, which I think I touched on it already, but let's do another common setup right here. They'll probably do something like this. Let's take and put them like that, and then let's put yeah, we'll do it like this right here with the little rush too. I like going over this right here because this is what you'll see online, like when you're going against that 1% who just, you know, they run this play and they just shut everything down because of EA. So this is how I like to counter that. So let's say we go to RPO zone. So I like this play versus man coverage. It could work good. Now if they're putting somebody at 0 yards, please do not throw this, because a lot of times you actually still can have this if they don't have nobody at 0 yards. And I kind of show you that here. So what you're going to do is be able to throw that. And now right there, they are making a tackle, but in game, they do not let them play that smooth because you'll never throw a pick unless they have them at 0 yards. If they have them at 0 yards, they'll throw a pick. But normally what will happen is when you throw this, sometimes, well, a lot of times EA will give an animation where if they try to tackle them, they actually do not let them tackle them. Now, right here against practice mode, all Madden, they're probably going to tackle them 10 out of 10 times. So it's probably not a good example for me to even say, but it's a play that you can do. Now, be very careful. You only do that if you know for a fact they're not dropping them at 0. So you probably like, where would it look like if we drop them at 0? I can't show you right now. Just please know that you'll be able to see it. It'll be blatantly obvious that you just cannot throw that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I think I wanted to talk about. Oh, also I wanted to show you what this looked like right here with the tight end screen. So let's say they had a coverage shell that looked like this, right? And so normally you would not want to run this motion wide screen. Normally if they have a coverage shell like this, just run the regular RPO. I'll show you which one. Normally you want to run this one if they have that kind of coverage shell, but I just want to show you, just so I can get it out the way, of what it looks like with the motion wide screen. So again, we'll let them go in motion. Also, if you feel like it's covered, just throw the ball away, please, if you feel like there's nothing open. But if you wanted to, you can actually still throw that tight end screen if the lineman doesn't jump up and swat the ball away. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of show you guys how to incorporate these 4 plays into your scheme, because honestly, you can really just dominate if you know what your opponent's doing and how to counter it. And so hopefully I was able to help you guys. And if you like this video, please drop a like, because like I said, I kind of want to judge this video to see, okay, well, if y'all like this, then I'll put out a passing scheme. If you don't like this, then I won't, So anyways, that's where I put this video. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Drill, and I'm out.